WrestleManiacs, Maniacs. This is the podcast, it's called WrestleManiacs. Adam, Donald, Indian Josh, they're not together forever and son. WrestleManiacs. This is the podcast, it's called WrestleManiacs. WWE, AEW, TNA, JPW. WrestleManiacs.
Yes, it is again WrestleManiacs. Me again for the second, actually third time tonight. We're going to talk about some additional draft picks that happen on social media. So we have 7 draft picks tonight. But again, this draft has been so nice, I decided to do it thrice. We had our review earlier under the WrestleMania podcast banner. And as well, I went and joined Dada at Dada_ on X, if you want to give her a follow, at the Rangers of Wrestling podcast. Again, like, follow, and subscribe her as well. Subscribe to her channel as well, talking about the draft and the subsequent draft picks. But now, under the WrestleManiacs podcast, we're going to talk about the lucky or unlucky 7, depending on how you look at it, additional draft picks that we had on WWE social media. So let's just get started. So for SmackDown, we get the selection of the OC, which consists of Luke Gallows, as well as Carl Machine Gun Anderson, as well as Michin. Now, really, if you look at this choice, pretty good choice. Again, everybody stays where they are and nobody has moved. AJ Styles is still on SmackDown. The OC is still on SmackDown. Now, my hope is, with this feud with Cody Rhodes, as I mentioned on another show, I'm kind of hoping that now the whole Lone Wolf AJ Styles thing is over, and I'm hoping that maybe he'll use the OC, even to his own heelish benefit, to be able to become undisputed WWE champion. You got the history with the Bullet Club with Cody Rhodes, as well as Carl Anderson, as well as Luke Gallows, so the story is there. And look, we know WWE now is open to talking about TNA, using talent from other shows. So, why not? Why not tell the story of the Bullet Club? You have these 2 parallel stars in the WWE universe, really in the wrestling universe, that have never crossed paths. Japan, ROH, NJPW, AEW, whatever you want to call it, you've never had these 2 cross paths. So why not use NJPW? You already sent Shinsuke over there for Great Muta's retirement match, which again, I was so proud of. Put Great Muta in the Hall of Fame. You know what? Why not tell the story and use the OC as kind of the barrier to see? And look, at one time, Cody Rhodes was the leader, I believe, of the Bullet Club. And again, if I'm wrong, correct me. But you could have this thing to where, look, the AOC has basically been talked down to by AJ Styles. So could they join Cody Rhodes? Could he be using him in the side and just doing this whole entire story as a long strand of manipulation? I don't know. I'm pretty excited that the OC has been selected. I kind of hope there's going to be a use for it. So that'd be kind of cool. Our second SmackDown pick of the night is Cedric Alexander and Ashanti the Adonis. Now, poor Cedric. As mentioned earlier, Cedric pretty much got destroyed by Baron Corbin tonight within less than 30 seconds. Am I excited to see the team? I mean, again, they have potential. It's not that they don't have potential, but you literally just had your draft pick killed. Literally killed by Braun Breaker within 30 seconds. Is this going to make me excited to see them on SmackDown? Can I take Cedric seriously? Again, anybody can be rehabbed. Any character in WWE can be rehabbed. We've seen losing streaks. We've seen Baron Corbin, all these sort of things, and we'll talk about him in a minute. It can be rehabbed. But 15 seconds, and now he's going to be with his tag team partner? I don't know, guys and gals. I hate to say Cameron Grimes. I hate to see anybody lose their job, but I don't see at least Cedric staying along for a long time, nor Shanti the Adonis. But again, hopefully I'm wrong, so we'll see. Our next pick coming from NXT is Baron Corbin. And interestingly enough, they just drafted Braun Breaker, his tag team partner from NXT, both NXT tag team champions before Stand and Deliver, lost the titles. He's going over to SmackDown. Now, I know a lot of people would say, and at least me specifically, Baron Corbin is going to go back to, and I'll quote another person that commented earlier, oh, you know what? Hold on one second. Ram Jam. I would like to see Tama and OC eventually bump to each other. Yes. That right there is a great point. I didn't even think about that, Ram Jam, so thank you. That is a perfect point of history. The Bloodline, the Bullet Club, hey, anything can happen in WWE, and I would not be upset about that as well. But going back to Baron Corbin, Baron Corbin has always kind of had this character to where, he's been crazy, he's been fun, he's been kind of the lone wolf. really in NXT, I dare say that was probably one of his better runs. I mean, again, I didn't like the initial pairing of Braun Corbin and Braun and Corbin, or I should say Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin. Sorry, y'all. But they really became like cool bros that basically played off each other well, and they broke them up. And I really expected Baron Corbin to stay in NXT, but it makes sense now that he put over Lexis King so quickly on spring break. And so I hope Braun keeps that character. I hope he doesn't become Baron Boring Corbin, like some people would coin that term. I hope the best for him, but I don't know. If he's the Baron Corbin of NXT, great. But who he's going to feud with, who he's going to be against or whatever, I don't know. Hopefully there's something there. I hope he does well. So now we're going to talk about the picks for Raw. So what we have is Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Now, these two have kind of been on TV. I think the last time I saw them, I believe it was Isla Dawn that changed her look completely. Not so gothic as well. A little bit more, I don't want to say beauty because that's not the right word, but just not as gothic, let's just say. Great team. Again, I'm excited. They had a feud in NXT that was pretty good, I guess. Them coming together, I really kind of expected them to get more of a push. Maybe there was an injury. Maybe nothing had creative had nothing for them, but really I do like the characters. They're very unique, especially to me, Isla Dawn. Again, I always tell my wife she reminds me of Jessica on True Blood, if you guys are True Blood fans. I don't know why, but she always makes me think of Jessica. So definitely a great team. I definitely wouldn't mind them feuding with, let's say, Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. That would be a pretty good match. I would love if they got time together to battle each other. So let's hope for the best for them. Our next one, our recent buddy over in NXT showing up to challenge Obafemi for the North American Championship. It's spring break-in night 2 was Ivar. He's actually drafted back to Raw and staying on Raw. Now, again, Ivar has definitely had a showcase on Raw recently. Now, I wasn't really a fan of when he lost to Sheamus so quickly, but again, look, Sheamus is former world champ, makes sense. I really was hoping Ivar was going to come into NXT. Not that I don't believe Ivar can be on the main roster, because he can. He's definitely got the moves of a cruiserweight. The man is amazing what he can do. The Doom Salt, such a crazy move to see a guy that big do that. But again, I feel that he's going to get lost in the shuffle unless they have plans for him. I would have much rather seen him move to SmackDown or NXT. But, look, maybe they got ideas for him. They definitely think he's over, and I'm definitely a fan of him. So I'm hoping for the best. Now, we also have Shayna Baszler still staying on Raw, as well as Zoe Stark staying on Raw. So again, as kind of said about this draft, really a lot of safe picks. I mean, besides, I would dare say, Isla Dawn and the moving and Baron Corbin moving, it's been kind of the same old, same old. Again, I get it that, they have to have the draft, but look, it's kind of like the NFL draft that's been going on, I guess. Now, everybody picking the same teams and nobody moving. Yeah, you're not going to have big moves every time, but give me something. Again, I'm happy that Shayna and Zoe are staying on Raw, but I really want them to feud. I'm hoping with, again, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. I think that'd be a really good match. I'm hoping that's what they're doing this for. I'm hoping they're not going to get lost in the shuffle on Raw. Again, Raw going to Netflix, that's a whole nother thing. I'm curious to see what all these characters are going to be, because if you think about it, unless there's another draft, this is going to be on Raw who we get on Netflix. The supposed alleged PG era is over. So are we going to see more extreme things from these characters versus SmackDown going to USA Network, NXT being on CW? So again, a lot of shifting, but again, not too many shifts. Really, guys and gals, that's it for tonight. What were your thoughts on the draft tonight, both SmackDown and also on the post show? Did you like it? Did you think it was kind of a safe pick? Definitely, if you will, let me know. You can find me at Gamer Peroski on X, as well as all of us at A Plus Opinions. Again, as I mentioned earlier, follow at _, as well as Rangers of Wrestling 2. So for all of us at the WrestleManiacs podcast, A Plus Hero Report, as well as Rangers at Wrestling. Oh, let me grab one other thing. Shayna should be challenging for a singles title. Ramjam, you're right. I mean, again, I'm hoping that's the case, but we still haven't seen it. But I'm hoping on Raw, maybe because of Rhea Ripley's injury, maybe we'll get that. And let me also talk about King Roman Reigns, yes or no. You're asking a question. If you're asking a question, should Roman move to Raw? I mean, would I like it? Yes, but I think they're going to have to finish the story of Solo taking over the bloodline. So, again, you never know with WWE. It could change. I mean, nobody really follows the draft. I'm hoping this draft locks everybody down. Nobody on Raw shows up on SmackDown. Nobody on SmackDown shows up on Raw. Everybody stays where they should be as of the 02 draft back in the day, but we'll see. But again, like I said, follow us all, like and subscribe to the channel, like and subscribe to Daughterless channel as well. And I will see you guys and gals, you WrestleManiacs, on Monday Night Raw this coming Monday. Anything else happens on the weekend, of course, you'll get breaking news here. But other than that, see you guys later. Have a great weekend.